when it comes to the Persians, we will not. Now, for that, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam liked their response in a sense they were truthful. He said, "Ma asakum fi raddi idh afsahtum bis-sidq." He said, Rasulullah said, your answer is not totally negative because you have been honest. Number one thing, you are honest. وَإِنَّ دِينَ اللَّهِ عَزَّ وَجَلَّ لَا يَنْصُرَهُ إِلَّا مَنْ حَاتَ مِنْ جَمِيعِ جَوَانِبِهِ. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala indeed does the nusra will not be taken, the support will not be taken unless it is from جَمِيعِ جَوَانِبِهِ, meaning from all the sides. Meaning it has to be unconditional support given to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. أَرَأَيْتُمْ إِنْ لَمْ تَلْبَثُوا إِلَّا قَلِيلًا حَتَّى يُورِثَكُمُ اللَّهُ تَعَالَى أَرْضَهُمْ وَدِيَارَهُم وَيُفْرِشَكُمْ نِسَاءَهُم أَتُسَبِّحُونَ اللَّهَ وَتُقَدِّسُونَ. Now, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is telling him about something, because now he's talking to Mufanna bin al-Harith. He's telling him that now suppose that only a short period of time, what is going to happen? He's giving them, by Allah makes you inherit their lands, their wealth, their houses. And are you going to worship, glorify Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala then? And Nu'man ibn Sharik, the fourth one, he said, by Allah, indeed we shall do that, O men of Quraysh. We will do that later on. At this time, they wanted time. Hence, they did not accept the offer of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam rejected him also. Remember that. Rasulullah was in a need. Sahaba and Rasulullah were harmed from many angles. But Rasulullah did not give up any part of the deen. And they said, against the Fars will not fight. Rasulullah said, okay, then we are not going to take your nusra, your support for this purpose. And Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiallahu anh is the main person here, a Sahabi who was conversing between from the side of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and with the people of Banu Shayban bin Tha'laba. Now, what are the lessons that we can learn from? Because as we gather here, it's not to just listen to the story. I know that all of us can go home and read the books and we can find the same information. I am not bringing anything new here. Only thing, inshallah, I'm trying to do is one, it's a reminder. Okay? Okay, remind each other, because reminder helps the believer. One thing. Second, inshallah, our purpose is to relate it to today's life affairs. What's going on with us? What is missing between us that we are suffering the way we are suffering? And now, this is why we even gave the title of our talks as what is called Reviving Legends, right? Reviving Legends. So we are trying to revive legends who? The one who followed the deen of Allah Azza wa Jal, and we consider them as legends, the Sahaba. So why and how they became legends, so that we can, inshallah, learn from them and apply in our lives. What are the lessons we can learn from them? Number one, look at Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiallahu anhu. He benefited Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam from many, many things, by the way. His wealth, his knowledge, his whatever resources that he had, he used for the sake of Islam, for Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. As we can see now, right now, in this Banu Shayban's incident, how Abu Bakr was beneficial for the da'wah of Islam. And then he used to use his wealth. He was one of the richest people in Mecca. He used to use his wealth for freeing the Muslim slaves. He was famous for that. Many of the slaves, including Bilal al-Habashi radiallahu anh, was freed by Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu anh. And he used his talent as well. He used his knowledge. How? We see that he accompanied Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam during the Hajj season. He used to not only meet the Banu Shayban, who was away from Mecca, but rather anybody who was coming towards to the Hajj time in the days of Jahiliyyah, he used to go along with Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam to carry the message. And he was one of those people who went along with Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam during the time of the Hijrah as well. Now, another thing we see is in this lesson is there was no compromise made. And Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was not only he witnessed that Rasulullah did not make any compromise in the deen, but he was in training a next ruler as well. That now he knows how to deal with different tribes, different nations, and the very same talent of Abu Bakr, that what he trained under, that there is no compromise in the deen of Allah, along with Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he learned from him. We see that after the death of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the state the Muslims were in, it was in a deep turmoil. And at that time, the Muslim really needed a strong leader. And Abu Bakr was well trained under Rasulullah. And this is one of the times he was trained under Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Now, he did not make any compromise, and they continue to live. That's fine. If Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is happy with us, pleased with us, in our state that we are suffering, but we are not going to be the one who will be breaking the laws of Allah. We're not going to be the one making the compromise in the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now, Banu Shayban did not provide this, the shelter and all those things. But Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, he respected their truthfulness here. Okay, so we have to be careful about the people who are replying in a harsh manner and the ones who are truthful, and they're telling their weakness because of which they are not helping. And not only that, now also see that these people of Banu Shayban, who did not accept the da'wah directly from Rasulullah at that time, it was not too long ago, in the time of Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu anhu khilafah. Very same Banu Shayban, as a matter of fact, led by Muthanna bin al-Haritha, they fought against the very same people they had the fear of. That superpower, Muthanna radiallahu anhu, was the one who fought, who led the army and opened Iraq and other parts of Faris. What changed here? The thing changed about Muthanna and Banu Shayban was now the Islam entered into their hearts. And that made them strong. That made them to go against even a superpower like Persians at that time. So it's the deen of Islam. It is the La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. The true meaning when they entered, then all sorts of fear depart from the heart, and the only fear that remains is the fear of Allah Azza wa Jal. And we ask Allah Azza wa Jal to give us that kind of iman. Help us to build ourselves in the manner that we have no fear but the fear of Allah Azza wa Jal. And then we will see in current affair times as well, we will not be thinking that we will get the help other than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We will not be kneeling down to anybody but Allah Azza wa Jal when we are going through difficult times. Even the times like what was happening in Gaza and Palestine, or in Sham, or in Yemen, or in Kashmir, and on and on and on. Our help, we are hoping from only Allah Azza wa Jal. And this is the lesson that we should learn from these things. We should not be thinking of that as if the ones who are openly saying that they are against the believers, they are the one coming for the help of the believers. So inshallah, I'll stop the talk here, as because of the time. I know the brother has been showing me the watch for a while now. I'll try to take at least few questions in the next couple of minutes, because we have to evacuate the building. Jazakumullah khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So if there is any questions, please, otherwise we'll stop there.